Hey guys, how's it going? Back, about to join up with the boys. They are just deciding on a map, I believe. I'm gonna go join in with them, and you can listen up to their pre-game and everything else. And once they're about to start, we will jump out of Discord and join up with them at the end.
Four different ones.
Yeah,
Hey,
okay.
boys.
Yeah,
Yes.
just take out that really dark one then, and then as long as we're both happy, I'm happy with the rest of them.
Yeah, cool.
How's it
Hey,
going, lads?
Jane. Hey, how
What's
are you?
going on?
Well, what's happening?
Not much.
You and I both just bemoaning Wakanda. Yeah, I'm playing
yeah.
Living the
Wakanda.
dream. Trash
Let's have
day.
a look at this one.
Trash day.
It's like you're
How does that look?
talking about Wakanda and Trash Day came out.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, that's a nice gentlemanly map.
Yeah, this one's
Yeah,
good.
this looks like one that I own at home.
Oh, yeah, I've got this too. Jay, are you happy for us to kick off with rolling and
Yep.
things, or do you want?
Yep, all good to go.
And then Nick, did you want to ask about the stream sharing and the rest of it?
Yeah. Just are you in the Danger Room Discord? I think a
Yep.
few boys were keen to see
I just flicked it
X-Men in
onto
that.
their content channel, but
Oh, cool.
yep. So if they're all there paying attention, they should see it come up.
Nice. And it'll be on YouTube, right?
Yep.
Oh, so my shame will be for all to see.
Or
not.
your
It'll be
victory.
for all the monster that beat Wakanda with X-Men or Brotherhood.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Let's go.
A mighty 2.
3. Okay.
Aha. Aha.
I shall take. I will warn you, Morgan. My rolling has been terrible all season,
Oh,
so
so
I am.
you-
I'm due. I'm
God
due.
damn it.
Oh no.
So I'm going to take extracts.
That is a bold play.
It is.
Okay.
So there's a hide everything, hidden zone on.
That's the
So
one.
I'm just going to have
Oh yeah, you want to have a look?
Yeah, I haven't done a lot of prep in this one. A bit over it. Cubes, research, and hammers. Okay. Thank you. You good with mine?
Yeah, I had a quick look at yours. I'm the same. I was a bit fatigued. I prepped so hard for the others,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, yeah, I'll just
The
play
one
the
that
game in
matters.
front of me.
Yeah.
Okay, hidden zone.
And secures.
Yep. I'm just gonna swap to the Game Master color
Yep.
so I can just see through everything. Thank you. And I'll swap.
Speaking
it
of
back.
master, I will be rolling with my master finger.
Master finger.
Yeah.
What?
Well, you got a master arm, a master leg.
Ah!
I assume there's a master finger too.
Well, no. So on the there is a trigger finger, but on your master arm, it would be your trigger finger. So I suppose you could call it the master finger on the master arm, but that demonstrates. So what that? I mean, have you Googled?
Yeah. No, my brother-in-law was in the army for.
Oh, good. So it's
quite
your
a while.
dominant. It's your dominant
Yeah.
appendage. So
Yeah,
I don't think you have a dominant finger. Maybe you do. Maybe, but yeah, I suppose it's your index. I suppose. I don't know. I don't know.
I have some
There we
words
go.
about that, but I'll hold off.
Let's flip them. Gamma
Gamma
hammers.
hammers.
I thought this might be the.
There's
the
been so
thing.
many deciding games in the last couple of seasons that have come down to Gamma Hammers.
Yeah.
That's the most explosive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it allows for the most variants.
Let's go 18.
18, cool.
That
Alright,
is
boys, I'm
fair.
going to jump out of Discord, and best of luck, and I'll jump in
Thank
if I have any
you.
questions or whatever.
No worries.
All good. I'll see you guys later.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Alrighty, just while they're deciding, we'll have a quick look at some of their rosters. So we got Nick is running X-Men, which is so keen to see. 18, got Cyclops coming in. Cable, Beast, Domino, Storm. So he's gone 5 wide, like no unaffiliated characters, which is really nice to see. Cable's actually pretty decent in X-Men because he can body slide by 1 up, shoot, teleport later, or like teleport up, shoot, teleport back. So he's kind of cool in that regard. So he can play really safe as like a long distance artillery piece. The rest of them are pretty self-explanatory. Domino, if you haven't seen her, is pretty nasty. Auto incinerate for 1 power, and her probability manipulation actually puts out a lot more damage than you would think. Flicking over to Morgan. Still deciding. 18. 18's interesting for him. Because you need to go Wakanda or Brotherhood. They're both good at 18. I like to think the Brotherhood gets better the more points he has available. Yeah. Should be interesting. I think he'll go Brotherhood. He's been loving Brotherhood. Brotherhood's good into most stuff. But I know Morgan's been on the Wakanda hate train / how good they are. So it'll be interesting to see which way he goes with it. We are currently playing Wakanda. 18. Yeah, that's pretty stock standard. 18 Wakanda there is pretty disgustingly good, especially in the Hammers scenario. If he has advanced R&D, which he does, it means that he can put Enchantress opposite one, Flicker of Power. Angela is threatening the other one, so you either come up and take that one in front of Angela and get hit with a building, or and an attack, or you concede the hammer to her and then you lose the other hammer. So we'll see what Nick's doing. Nick's got Beast, and if he takes Storm leadership, he can also do Angela shenanigans. So hopefully he can set that up correctly. So if you're playing X-Men Storm leadership, you can do the Storm teleport, which allows a medium base medium mover to make it to the center objective and back, so he doesn't have to do it in 2 moves. So I would really like to see Nick do that. But yeah, it'll be good. Tactics cards, won't go into them. See what they're gonna. We'll just have a look at what they pick after. Any big buildings? Yeah, so I would expect to see Angela on this side. Size 4 truck. So if I was Nick, I would probably be looking to steal this one with Beast. And there's a lot of terrain over here that he potentially can throw if he's got a good thrower. I don't think he does with that roster. Maybe Beast. I think Beast can do size 2. Coming off the back of 4 night shifts. We'll see what they go with. Money. Take my money. What's happening, Darren? What's happening, Fink? How are we, boys? I really like X-Men. I've done a bit of games. I've done a few games with them. On the channel, and my only issue with them is that if you are stuck with a slow style of game because of the crisis selection, they run out of gas really easy. Like, X-Men really don't like turn 5 and 6, so, and I don't see anything if Nick has chosen exactly what he was looking at before. I don't see any reason why he wants to see the turn 5 and 6. I think he doesn't really have any massive staying power. Nick loves X-Men. He almost exclusively plays only X-Men. So Cable is going to help a lot here for Wakanda. If he can get some early wilds and incinerates happening into some key characters, that's going to help a lot. Domino is actually really good into Angela because she can dive spike herself. we go. Interesting to see that Nick has not splashed anything non-X-Men. Tactics cards for Nick. Yeah, first class, really great card. Any of them don't have to pay to pick up hammers. That's huge, so they can save some power. Blind Obsession, potentially, maybe Cable. It's a good target for this, because Cable can, like I said, body slide in, shoot, teleport back, or opposite, other way around. To me, my X-Men. That's good, because even if you have chosen Storm as your leader, Cyclops can still play that. Doom's Prophecy. We get a bit spicy here. That's going to be good for Domino. Domino will actually be kind of nasty with that. Also, Cyclops is actually not bad with that either. And all you've got. So this is a really aggressive X-Men list, and I like that. So he's intending to close the game out early. So Beast is coming up on this end. I don't think he's really respecting that size 4 throw Angela's going to have on this side of the board. And he's got no brace. So, I mean, Cyclops is the only one that he could send up there. And not be one shot. Hey man, is it cold in Melbourne today, I think? Because I am freezing. Yeah, 100% Wreath. I don't think Beast. Beast should have been his last placement. I would have put a single character on either side and left Beast until my second last placement. Because either Morgan has to place Enchantress or... I would have left Beast to my last placement, which then means that at least you've seen where Angela or Enchantress is going to go. So that is something to ask him about later on. Take some notes, because I guarantee you I won't remember that. What counts as freezing down under? Anything below 10 degrees Celsius. That's my opinion on it. Above 10, like I've been rocking it, like it's winter, I was rocking a t-shirt the last 4 night shifts and just like a woolly vest. So it's not that cold, but it's cold for us. We're all stuck back in lockdown again, which sucks, especially if you're at the airport because there's no one there. Been at work for 44 hours this week. I got paid to sleep for at least 12 of them at home, and I only probably did, out of the other 30 odd hours I was at work, I probably only did 6 hours of work. Jank, how you going, brother? Thanks for the follow. We'll say he's completely conceding that hammer, and I actually don't mind that because realistically he's not getting it, right? And he's put enough of a threat down the bottom that if Enchantress wants to come up and steal it, she's going to die. But she's going to steal it, right? Morgan's going to take a 5-2 lead minimum, or a actually, this is interesting. So this has actually worked out in his favor, because if Morgan's now faced with a decision. Do I send up Enchantress to grab this hammer now? Because he's not going to get it. He's not getting it. Because Beast can get there in 1. There you go. Like you can't get the hammer off Beast, right? Because don't forget, this is X-Men, right? We can get this in 1. We have our own Angela shenanigans with Beast. There you go. Teleport. Place. run back. So Enchantress can't even touch him. So really clever play by Nick. So maybe the early beast placement wasn't too bad because it actually, like Morgan, like assuming Morgan, he's probably predicted it, but the early beast placement has actually forced. It's almost like it's tricked Morgan into being like, oh, Beast is there, so I'll put Angela on the other side, I'll put Enchantress here. But a lot of people forget that Beast can do this. And now we got the To Me, My X-Men. I love this, because now you're going to see Beast make it to the home gamma. Really, really good X-Men play here. I love seeing stuff like this. This is why I like X-Men. They got so many cool tricks. And it's all turn one tricks, and it's all about just getting objectives and getting to safety. That's actually huge. Like, look at the maneuverability on that Beast. Albeit, he is now down 2 tactics cards, but I am not upset seeing the 2 tactics cards get played to safely secure a hammer away from Enchantress. I'm not upset about that. That's actually a great play. It's good. Most tactics cards are burned by the 3rd turn anyway, and his other tactics cards are actually really aggressive. So, you know, you'd probably have a little bit of pause, because if you go to that center board, like, man, if you go to center board, let's say you go center objective, and he decides, you know what? I'm just going to give Cable Doom Prophecy. I'm just going to sit him at the back. He's going to sit in the safety, and I'm just going to be shooting down 8 dice plasma rifle shots down range all game. He's going to destroy everything in that center objective. Or you give it to Domino, and you sit Domino back here, and anyone that walks to the middle is going to take 7 dice automatic pistols with rapid fire and probability manipulation. So I think in my head, Cable's actually probably the better target for that. What's the wording on Doom Prophecy? Cannot roll. Okay, so there's no chance that Cable can, you know, take his defense dice from 0 to 2 with his telekinetic shield, because I believe it says cannot roll defense dice against physical attacks. When you see a player so quickly drop 2 tactics cards and do a move like that, that is enough for you to either A, if you weren't respecting your opponent and just assumed they weren't very good. Jeez. I know Doom Prophecy is only for 1 round, but I'm trying to think who is the target for it. I mean, Beast ain't bad either. 9 dice. I mean, it's going to be Domino, right? She's got the automatic pistols. Like, it's usually Doom Prophecy is paired with something like that. The other thing you got to be concerned about, right, is that any character that comes to the center gamma is taking an incinerate, guaranteed. Between Domino and Cable, you're going to get incinerated. So a lot of Morgan's characters, you know, Koya ain't that scary with 2 2 defense dice. Angela isn't that scary when she's only got 3-3-3. Panther isn't that scary when he's 3-2-2, and he's got a lot of energy attacks on this side. So Panther is like not the indestructible monster that you would normally expect to see. So Morgan's activated a Koye. She has not. She grabbed the hammer and walked back. Alright. Only downside in Wakanda is that you hate seeing your Wakandan. You want your Wakandans to get the hammers, but you don't want them to get the hammers because now your Wakanda forever costs more. Mr. Hartnegg, what's happening? I really like Nick's turn 1. This is actually a really aggressive... He's actually applying a lot of pressure right now, which it doesn't look like it because they're looking at points parity. But, I mean, from that Okoye move, she's grabbed the hammer and then walked to, like, the back end of the range 2. That's a lot of a pressure being applied here. Morgan's almost guaranteed to win the central objective. He's got Enchantress sitting there with 2 power. He's got Panther sitting there with 1 power. So, and Shuri's sitting there with 1 power. So he has a double Wakanda Forever push and an Enchantress Siren's Call, I think it is. So there's literally no world where Fast Nick is going to win the central objective. But, I mean... He's come for a punch. He's come for a punch on with these tactics cards. Blind Obsession, Doom Prophecy, all you've got. Whereas Morgan's come with the traditional Wakanda. I mean, all you've got's a bit spicy, but he's pretty much come with the traditional Wakanda cards here, which are all about just control, those kinds of things. So, be interesting to see how this is going to go down. Domino coming up. It's hard, right? You want to contest the central objective, but man, like, you're just going to get punished for it. Like, you're literally just going to get punished for it. I'd love to see him go up here and get on the central objective, but he's got to realise that it's going to hurt. Luckily, most of the heavy hitters are done, so there's no chance that Angela's going to... Enchantress is going to walk you forward into Wakanda lines and then smash you. Like, you're not going to get pumped like that, so... Man, there is a $50,000 COD tournament on today. Which your boy will be competing in later. Should be a bit of fun. The old Cable body slide by 1. So, I mean, realistically, Cable's starting here. Which means that range 5 is actually at Morgan's, almost at Morgan's home objective. He wants, you obviously want to, I mean, you want to put the hammer on Cable, like, it's good, but then you can't do the body slide, so, I don't know. I actually, you know which character I actually quite like, but always struggle to fit in because he's 4 threat? I really like Cyclops. The range 4, 5 dice energy attack for a strike, for his builder, that's massively above curve, and it comes with a push, which is awesome. His spender attack is a bit of a letdown, which annoys me, but it is a beam 5, so I mean, that's pretty good. His field leader, I really wish was 1 less power, because it's just an awkward number for him to try and do. Hit and run is always good, and quick draw is always good. Like, extra dice outside of 2, so. Cyclops actually has a really good kit, but, man, like, just 4 threat. That 4 threat is so competitive. There's the Enchantress Siren's Call. This is where you want to... Like, I love the aggressive... To me, my X-Men to get beasts into safety, but this is where you kind of want to... If you had it now, you'd be super happy about it. Well, Cable's going straight up. Rightio. Don't care. Rightio. I mean, Cable could have double tapped Enchantress there. To be straight up honest with you, he could have easily just done it. I don't like that. I would have taken the aggressive option, because if he could get a really early dice spike go in his favour, and potentially putting Enchantress onto her injured side or very close to it, like, man, that's huge, because if you can get rid of her on the second turn, that's a large portion. Well, not a large portion, but it's a significant portion of Morgan's like pinpoint control gone. Yeah, that's classic Wakanda. Move Shuri now before Cable gets backstopped. Cable gets pushed off. Like, you're literally just throwing bodies at essential objective, and Panther's going to cap it at the end of the turn. He blocks it. That's always a plus. No auto damage from Shuri, but here's the push. This is what I was talking about, like, it's all well and good to send up Cable to the middle objective, but like it's literally accomplishing nothing when he could have just body slide by one and double tapped Enchantress and powered himself up, right? The only upside that he has here is putting Cyclops here is either A, forcing points parity, or B, forcing out Wakanda Forever. So, you'd be happy about that. If Wakanda Forever's gone, that's good. I mean, you're going to be down turn 1, 5-3, which isn't that bad, but Panther might even be able to just reach this, but Morgan, I mean, I'm pretty sure Panther can reach it, but he definitely cannot make the objective. Good. You don't want to be inside that. Man, a really missed opportunity on that Enchantress there. That could have been huge. Because Cable can do some work. If he gets a bit of a dice swing going his way early, he can get some serious work done. Yeah, that Domino's getting pushed into irrelevance. And Domino's going to finish up, like, in that back corner near the truck. I mean, let's just see how much damage he takes, but, you know, it ain't going to take much. On it forever. Three blocks. Yep. Ooh, he might take one. Takes one. I think Cyclops actually wants to take one there. Gives him a small move option to hand out to Domino or Cable. So I think you're actually happy about that, to be honest. Next turn, that is. That was actually huge for Nick to get a good block there, by the way. Shuri roll coming in. Just hit the toggle toward button. So this is the thing about Wakanda, right? You gotta contest the middle gamma, but you need to do it in such a way, like, it's good to force out Wakanda Forever now instead of next turn, but you'd be better off just, like, man, I would have just done everything in that Enchantress there. So Morgan does not have med pack, and there's absolutely no chance he's getting the field dressing up this turn. The push. I'm trying to make sure he's outside of that gamma range, so he takes an auto damage. So, I mean, that's 3 free damage that Morgan's going to be getting. Which is, you know, that's not a small amount. Shuri. She gets the skull. It's nice. She does 1 damage, of course. That 1 Shuri damage is a little bit more annoying on your characters that start with 5 health. Because I've always found 6 health for me is generally what I try to go for, unless I have to take a character. Because I find 6 health a lot harder to one-shot. Yeah, I think Morgan, if he measured that slightly better, he could have had that domino further away. But it doesn't matter. So there we go, turn 1. That goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to Morgan, 3 to Nick. I prefer Nick's tactics cards coming into turn 2 and 3. I don't know if he should pop his load this turn. I think at turn 3, if he can win the central objective this turn, you can save those big cards for next round. Blind Obsession might not be a bad idea here because you got to choose it now. He has a couple of characters that will have the power for it. Alright. This is the Wakanda that Morgan hates. Like, absolutely hates. And I know he doesn't like playing it. But it's so clinical. It's not super interesting to watch because we've seen it so much. I'm really keen to see how he reacts. Yeah, I mean, Cable can jack up anyone's defense, right? If my memory serves me correctly. This character or an allied character. So, I mean, Cable, you can put on anyone. I do like Nick's conditions a lot more than Morgan's. I mean, I don't really think Morgan can hand out much in the way of conditions. Sonic Crushes, Stun, Stagger, Okoye, nothing. Angela, nothing. Enchantress on her, and Thrall can throw out some, but I mean, Nick can hand out Stun, Shock, Incinerate, bleed. Yep. Another stun, another incinerate. So like he can get some really, really disgusting conditions out there. Looks like we're going the aggressive option. We're going Cable first. He hasn't played any tactics cards. I mean, Cable's quite tanky. I don't know if he's that tanky. I mean, he's now set up in a position, though, where he's backstopped by Cyclops. I mean, unless Shuri just decides to shoot Cable, Cyclops first. I would absolutely be smashing that Shuri at this point. There is no Okoye bodyguard. You need to get that Shuri off the table. It's Storm Leadership utility. I mean, you can go Angela, but, I mean, Shuri's the threat. She's already got power, so don't worry about powering up for rerolls. Let's see who he goes for. Who's he going for? 3 or 4 defense. 4 defense. We're going Angela. 3 defense. We're going Shuri. That is a terrible first Cable roll. That is upsetting to see. Don't be one of those games, please. Cable into Enchantress as well, man. Like, he's got the power. He can pay for the reduction in defense twice. Another good option there. Double tapper. Put on 2 defense for both. Hopefully get an Incinerate in the first, which he didn't, but, you know, hopefully get an Incinerate in the first. Put her to 1 defense. Just put her in the ground, right? Force that field dressing to come out. What are we looking at here? Here we go. Pivoting to Enchantress, and boy, did we pivot big. That's what I was talking about. We could have done this turn 1. Yeah, she's dead. She's gone. That's 5 damage. She's gone. Even if Morgan Natty's out, that's still 5 damage. So that is Enchantress. Taking 6. Got a Quanto reroll coming up. She might be able to survive here, actually. She can get 2 blocks. You pump 2 Shuri rerolls into this. Get 2 blocks, you'll survive. We might see Storm as the character who goes nuts with the restricted card combo around turn 3. She's pretty expendable and can put out the hurt with the beams. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because it's a physical beam, right? So it can absolutely combo off of Doom Prophecy. And it is Gammas, so, you know. It's a good play by Morgan there. I think chasing the variants was a bad idea if you were going to use Shuri there, because Shuri's already got the power for field dressing. It's up to him. He can start this turn by field dressing Enchantress and then activating her. I don't think he needs to. I think he can just hold till the end. As long as he keeps Shuri there. Hold till the last activation. What are we going for here? You need, if, yeah, you could throw that truck. That'd be huge. Do not throw the dumpster. The dumpster is helping you. Don't you dare. Are you body sliding up? What is going on, right? Why is it just teleporting my vision around? He could body slide and throw that size 4 truck. Right? It's got 6 power. I don't mind that. You body slide to the other side of Panther and you stay within 1 of the central objective, and then smash Shuri with a size 4 truck and one-shotter. Oh boy, that would be a spicy play. Go on, do it. Do it. I want to see it. Go on, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yep, you're within 1. Go on. Go on. Hit Shuri with the truck. Brace for impact is not there. Here we go. Here we go. Go on. Yeah. Yeah. Don't hit Panther. Hit Shuri. She misses the block here. She is gone. And Enchantress can't throw it either. Oh, man. 4 auto damage into Shuri. Do the reroll. Huge. 4 damage into Shuri. He's got no healing capabilities on him at all. So Nick has put a timer on this game, and his timer is saying that I am intending to throw my guys at your guys until your guys are all dead. Showing the versatility of Cable there. It's good to see. I thought Cable should have no power from that. 4 to throw, 2 to teleport. He had 6. Should be on 0 power, but I don't know these lists as well as these boys, so maybe there's something I missed. If you were Morgan, you would be breathing a sigh of relief at that point, because if Shuri got dazed off that, it means that Angela or Panther has to now do something aggressive enough to generate power. Probably Angela. And that puts her in position to be capitalized on, right? Yeah, good point, Fink. So he just hadn't updated his power correctly then before that. Why does it do that? It's so frustrating. Does anybody else have issues with like TTS where it just randomly, when you're doing like fine adjustments, just freeze up? I'll be right back, 1 sec. Yeah, I agree. I think he has to do a Shuri activation here. That's why I really like the aggressive play on this one, because it actually puts Morgan in a position where he has to. Because, I mean, he's got enough range for attacks that can come down range and do that 1 damage, right? Especially with Cyclops with a hammer. So, I mean, he's got a 6 dice range 4 attack. Plus energy. It's going to be an 8 dice beam, potentially, which Cyclops is only 1 power away from. So, I mean, you could realistically just go, you know what? I don't care if Cyclops takes the gamma damage. I'm going to attack somebody, get 1 power, and I'm going to dish out a beam attack if I can hit enough targets. It's currently not happening, but if he keeps lining up like this, it will. At a later turn. So Shuri going to get some cover and try and push Cable out, which is, it's alright. It's a good play. Not too bad a Shuri attack. Standard threat 5 defense there, 0 blocks. Unless you domino. I did not attack Okoye once in my game this week utility, within range 2. Still didn't kill her. Not once. Every single bodyguard she did, I made sure I was out of 2. and still didn't get her. I think he's going to have major dramas trying to get Cable past that lamppost and Panther, to be honest. Just like looking at that, I think he's going to hit the lamppost. Who's our accuser for this game? Gentlemen? Out of curiosity. Because, like, look at this Panther, right? You could kind of straight line that. No, nice. Straight through. Nice one. Oh, man. I mean, sure, he's got cover now, but... Jeez. Still no power in Okoye for bodyguard, so if you're going to try and sniper, I would be doing it right now, to be honest. Got an advanced R&D coming out to give Angela the 4 required to do a field dressing when she needs it. That's good. I would absolutely be activating to put Shuri in the ground at this point, because otherwise you're allowing Morgan to do a activation shenanigans where he can start his turn, field dress, Enchantress, and you've done nothing, and then activate Enchantress. Whereas if you put her in the ground now, he has to send one of his other characters across to do it, right? Which is going to be Angela at this point. So, and you want to see that Angela go back, because that Angela's not coming forward and smashing your buildings, and she's got a hammer as well. That's huge. I would absolutely be sniping that Shuri at this point. I'd be doing it. What is the range on follow me? Follow field leader within 4 advances S. So that's good. He can help Domino come back. So that's nice. It means she can at least in 1 move sit on the middle gamma, which you want to see. That's good. Instead of having to use both moves to get back into contention. Yeah. You got the right idea. I mean, you can move up, still advance Domino up, or you could just advance Cable back. I mean, take your pick, right? I think you advance Domino here, get her back in the fight. I'd advance her up to that dumpster, by the way, so you get cover. Nice play. And now walk up to the middle objective and send one downrange at Shuri. I don't know if you need to go that far forward, because you're going to allow Enchantress to... Angela to try and do some shenanigans where she can get an attack and a field dressing off in the same move. She probably still can there, but, you know, whatever. It's going to be tough to stop. Yep. Alright, 6 dice. Cyclops, don't let us down. It's good to see Cyclops on the table. He cops a lot of flack. I guess we advanced R&D'd a bodyguard to Okoye. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a push coming as well, which would be nice. 5. Okoye is looking at 1 block, so she's currently dazed. She is alive. She has no power for Wakanda. You potentially would go for Shuri rerolls here. Because Shuri's got the power for it. You don't really want to see your bodyguard character go down to 1 health. The push is going to be nice. The push will be nice. Nice. So what are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 going through and a push. And it's away, so you can absolutely slide her down that edge. Yep. Yeah, she should clear that, no problem. There we go. Good push. He dealt 3 damage. 1 shy, or he's actually 2 shy of all you've got because of the hammer. Not that you would all you've got this early, but he's building up to it. What are we doing here? Doing another follow me? A character may be made to advance like Superman once per turn. Huge. Let's bring Cable back in. Clever, 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 clever. I like this. That's a big turn. I mean, Panther can just push him straight back off, right? But still, Panther's attacks are now not going into anything else. That's good. He did just bring a hammer forward though, so let's see if Morgan can pounce on that. That's nice. That's really good, like Cyclops play. That's really nice. You don't really see Cyclops on the table very much, and that is kind of inspiring me to play him some more. A decent enabler there. He's enabling some of the other guys to just get back in the fight after the Wakanda control. He is underused. I think he's awkward. I think his numbers are awkward, right? He quite often is a power short of doing either multiple superpowers, or he's just a power short of doing one of his, like his big superpower, which is the 3 power one there, which you saw. I am still thinking that Morgan will be up this round because it's Wakanda. So he's still got a lot of control left. Still got a lot of control left. You know, he can just send a spear down range here and then force one of the other characters come up. So I actually think Morgan's still going to get in front in points here. But I'm concerned for Morgan's turn 3 if he can successfully manage to flip Shuri here and reflip Enchantress when she comes back up. That's what I'm concerned for, because if they both stay on that side, that injured side, then turn 3 potentially Morgan can lose 2 activations. What are we doing here? 5 dice. What is this? Is that a Koye? Ooh, she's got a hammer. She has a hammer. This is the Okoye Spear Throw of Doom, which is now doing 5 damage versus 2 blocks. So Cyclops is alive. Wakanda reroll coming in. Start the dice fishing. So 1 more damage here and Cyclops is dazed. Still alive. I don't know if he wants to Shuri reroll this because she has the field dressing power just sitting there. Yeah, that's the correct play. Cyclops takes 3. I feel like I should be on 1 more damage. Counting that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Beast coming up. Beast is decent. It's not bad here. Cover. Cheers. Cover from what? Cyclops. Storm cover. Cheers. Gotcha. Look at that Beast. 3 characters. Yes. So Beast can yeet Shuri into Okoye here. You just double move and do it. Put both in the ground. I think that's actually the play, right? Have all 3 of them on their dazed. They're all activated, except for Enchantress. Man, I know you're saving Beast, but like you literally have a free 2 times daze there from a double move. And I'm pretty sure you can make that. Do you ever wonder sometimes if the players have the stream up? I mean, I know Beast has a hammer and you want to take full advantage of the hammer attacks, but I mean, if you can put both of them in the ground this turn, that would be huge, because he can only field dress 1, and it's probably going to be Enchantress because she can steal. You are going to... he's your tankiest character when it comes to taking on Angela, because it's defense or dodge dice he can re-roll. So I just fear if Nick lets Morgan have the field dressing next turn on Enchantress, like it's just gonna be so much harder, and so you have to expend so many more actions to try and put all 3 of them back in the ground. Whereas he can do it in 1 right now, 1 turn, get both. How much is Storm's Beam free? Yeah, nice. I mean, this is the T-Foss version where you beam them. Yeah, we're looking at T-Strong, channeling our inner Triple E right here. I don't mind this either, because you're actually loading up the central point enough that now Panther cannot push you all off it. Again, I just think if you put Beast at range 2 of Okoye and Shuri, he'd be like roughly here and doing all of the above. So, man. Should have done... I don't know. I mean, you can save Beast for later, right? And just throw somebody off the central objective. You can always just take the safe approach. But with cards like Blind Obsession, Doom Prophecy, all you've got... we're looking at 1 damage going through currently into Okoye. We got the rerolls coming up. We're going to start dice fishing, and we got blocked. Shock though, which is nice, but irrelevant. She's on 1 health. If she was on like no health, I think that would be more relevant. But on 1 health. Problem is, Wreath, that she has no good throws available to her. It's only going to... I mean, don't get me wrong. Domino's only size. She's only got like 3 health left, and a size 2 can potentially put her in the ground. So, there is that. Which that is actually a concern, right? Oh, you get to do the attack anyway, right? Whether you move, throw, attack, domino, and daze her, or just move, throw, daze her, and attack, it all equals out the same anyway. I think if Morgan wants to field dress off Shuri, he's got to do it now. Here we go. I really think Beast was the play there. You just stop all of this. Put Domino on that back point for a little bit. Just have her sniping at Panther. Totally fine. I have no idea what we're pinging there. So these are really kind of clever tricks from Nick this game. It's been good to see X-Men. Because we saw X-Men last season, but it was just Corvus Proxima. And X-Men shenanigans. Whereas this is 5 X-Men. So it's really cool to see that they can actually perform at this top level. Because, I mean, Nick's in the hot seat here. He's had some decent dice, but he's also had some crap dice. So it's kind of gone both ways. But, I mean, Nick's had the opportunity here. I mean, he could have put 3 characters in the ground on the second turn. We just gained 2 power on Enchantress. That's fair. I mean, she should have started the second turn with 2 power plus 6 damage, so she should be on 8. There it is. Nick could have stopped this from happening. Or he couldn't have stopped it from happening, but he absolutely could have made this so much harder for Morgan to do on this turn. Whereas now he's free to unleash with Angela with a hammer. So depending how the Angela attacks go, because he's got no Shuri rerolls, he's only got a single Wakanda reroll. It could be a bit dicey, but I would favour him now for this turn with Panther and Angela still to come. Thepis, thank you so much for the Prime sub, mate. Really appreciate it. Helps keep that content flowing. Absolute legend, bro. If you've got Prime sub, guys, and you're not using them, like, it all goes back into the channel. Once it reaches a certain threshold, Twitch pays out. So it's, yeah, it all goes into the channel. Put more Marvel content out there. I have noticed that there is a massive lack of Marvel streamers right now. I've been suffering from a bit of burnout myself. Just really struggling with the affiliations, to be honest. There's no affiliation right now that kind of looks at me, that really sings out to me personally. Where I look at them, like Reith has his Cabal, he just freaking loves them. Nick's got his X-Men, just adores them, loves playing them. I don't really have an affiliation that does that for me right now, so yeah, just looking for some inspiration currently. I mean, surely Enchantress is just going to set up this Mega Beam and also advance all 3 of them off the point, right? Yeah, I agree, Wraith. Interesting to see how they would evolve with Jean Grey and some Mystic as well. I think X-Men with the upcoming releases will be a well-rounded affiliation. I think Jean is a little bit underpowered when it comes to 5 threats, but she's in affiliation, and they've got 2 5 threats in affiliation. So, you know, they've got a pretty nasty 13-point list there with Cable, Storm, and Jean with some teleport shenanigans. So that's pretty cool. No other affiliation can do that, so yeah, it's kind of nice to see. Yeah, fix that Storm up. There we go. Like, this was going to happen no matter what. It just, I would have loved to have seen Nick force Morgan to use Angela to do this. Instead, Angela is off the chains. She's coming with a hammer. I expect her to get a second hammer by the end of the turn. Alright, we're just stealing. May as well, right? Oh man, Jank. Thank you so much, mate. Cheers for X-Men. Down with the generic best stuff. I know, right? 6 dice beam. Chantress is channeling her inner storm here. Ooh, good block. Ooh, very good block. 1, 2, 3. 3 blocks. Huge. X-Men, good at energy defense, right? 4, 3, 3. Terrible there. 3. So they're pretty okay at energy defense. There's actually like a fair amount of energy attacks floating around the meta right now. This one's gonna hurt whoever this is. I think this is gonna be a dazed Cyclops. I mean, Cyclops has now got the power though. You can open up with him with a beam attack at this point. Next turn, if Morgan doesn't move Enchantress, Cyclops, and he's in the lead as well, so he doesn't have to worry about Beam and Storm. Has got a pretty nasty attack sitting there for him. I'd love to try like an unaffiliated list of just the 10 most toxic characters I can think of. I'll tell you what, I'm really looking forward to that Omega Red. I kind of like his shenanigans that he's going to have available to him, where it's kind of like on things like Gamma. You'd be looking at Omega Red going, okay, if I move to that central point, I'm going to get poisoned. I'm going to get poisoned. And that's kind of nasty because I don't recall, but I don't think the initial poison does damage, which that's best case, right? Because poison, if you don't do damage on the first poison, is really nasty because like characters like Panther then just have no power. They have no power. Unless they can deal damage from attacks, you can just leave them power starved completely. Throw in something like Deadpool next to it to make sure they have no power, and you're getting really close to Farmer's fabled power style list. If Nick can daze a few characters this turn, it'll be amazing to see a big wombo combo take off 3 molds in turn 3. Absolutely. And I'd be concerned if I was Morgan, because the field dressing on Enchantress has now given Nick priority. What was that? Oh, only a single beam attack. Hey, Sploosh. Single beam attack, so single move. Cool. Nice. Yeah, nah, 100% utility. That's what I said, like, earlier. Morgan's going to be accelerating. He has to probably close this game out next round. Because I think if we go longer than that, Nick will take a numbers superiority on him. Especially with these cards, so I would be expecting Nick to open up next turn with everything he's got. Because if Nick can open up... If Nick can get Shuri, Okoye, Enchantress back onto their back dazed, he can start next turn. I mean, hell, Cyclops can walk and beam. Cyclops can move and just attack with an all you've got. He can open up next turn, removing or attempting to do his best at removing as many characters as possible. You know, Domino's still got the Doom Prophecy sitting there. Beast is not bad for it. I don't want to see Beast do Doom Prophecy, but it's there. Morgan's still got climbing gear and all you've got, so... Right. I actually would consider all you've gotting Domino at this point, just to put those two in the ground. She might be able to... How risky does he want to get? There is explosive. If he can do his 4 dice wild attack. That's the gamble. 1 power explosive onto Okoye and daze the other 2. That would be spicy. That would be actually crazy if that happened right now. That would actually be honestly nuts. Slip a point of damage through on Okoye and then just blow up the other 2 with a grenade bounce. Here we go. Man, if this wild comes up. Oh! Oh, the grenade bounce. Right. That changes things. Yeah. That's massive. She just flipped 3 characters. Yeah, you can't re-roll a skull. That's... Wow. I don't think there's anything you can do about it. I don't think there's anything you can do about it. Boom. Boom, boom. Wow. That's actually nuts. And Shuri, I mean, like, he's got dazed characters there that honestly don't have that much power. So, I mean, they're dazed. But, you know, normally when you daze something, you know, you're powering them up and making it really, like, nuts. But... Oh boy. I would be spreading these hammers out to force Angela to go and pick them up. I would not be putting them in... You cannot put them in a place where she can get them off 1 activation. That's crazy. I don't know if that's game yet, because Morgan is going to be getting a lot of points this round, because he is going to control the middle point and the back point. But he's only going to be getting... Well, let's see how many hammers he gets, really. It depends on how many hammers he gets. I mean, but Cyclops can still beam it. You just missed a bouncing grenade, Astro. Sploosh Storm can beam it. She's not going to have the power to do the Doom Prophecy, though. But, I mean, honestly, Storm could double beam Okoye and Shuri. She's outside of 2 of Okoye, so the beam is a serious threat at putting her in the ground. So we're looking at a climbing gear from Angela, and then probably going to be a long move attack, deal a damage, and pick up the other hammer. So you're going to be looking at Angela with 3 hammers, which, to be honest, is terrifying. If I was Nick, I would give my back point to Panther, because I'm going to be taking Morgan's back point. Personally, that's what I'd be doing. I'd go, sure, have my back point. I'm going to also go for points, because if you can keep points parity with Morgan at this point, while you're attempting to remove these 3 characters next turn, if there is a turn 4, it will be pretty nutty. If Angela had just 1 more power, she could climbing gear, grab a hammer. She can't climbing gear because her climbing gear is 4 power because she has a hammer. So there's no point climbing gearing because she can't pick anything up, which means Angela has to get aggressive. She does have Cable just sitting in front of her. So, you know. Probably grab both on Panther. I don't see why you couldn't. That's a pretty good place to have him, although Panther will be in the just absolute background, not doing much with him. And Nick will be coming forward with some of the most aggressive tactics cards in the game, so I mean, if anyone can get through Panther, it's these boys. This is crazy as well, right? Because both of these guys have lost a game. So this is winning in. Yeah, Sploosh. I mean, like, if you see Storm with the power for it, I mean, you look at it. Theoretically, she's looking at a 9 dice beam, right? 4 + 3 + 2 from her either Storm, and it hands out stun, and it's a 0 cost beam. So, man, disgust. I actually was looking at Doom Prophecy with Travis the other day. We were going for a walk, and I was talking about it, going, man, I think it's actually a restricted card that probably could use some love, because it is really good, but obviously there's a massive downside on it. But I mean, if your list is built around this card, specifically paired with this, like remember the old Agent Widow days? So it was like 6. I don't know how many dice did Agent Widow used to roll. It is Morgan's activation. We have had a Domino activate, so I might just ask. You get a tick on Domino. Oh, no, I won't bother. Domino's activated. Yeah, exactly. I mean, don't forget, we got Cable sitting there. He's on 5 power. Which means if he gets if he gets 2 power for next turn, and also gets an additional power from a plasma rifle attack into one of them, he can body slide and do his area mystic attack. I don't think. Let's have a look. I'm not sure if he can get out of the Cable beam, the Cable long range attack. So if I couldn't get out of that Cable long range attack, I probably would at least put myself within 2 of Okoye if the occasion arises for just a cheeky bodyguard to save Panther if required. It's pretty tight though. I don't actually know if he can make that. Let's have a look. So we've got Beast coming up. I would double move Beast and probably throw Angela. I would attempt to throw her like out, so that she has to do her pursuit attack. so that you're not copping the strikes. 7 dice strike is nasty. 6 dice pursuit's still pretty filth, but it's not as bad. So we've got Beast coming up. Man, you just double move Beast down. I mean, I know you're bringing all 4 hammers down, but there's 3 victory points up for grabs on that home objective. Actually, I don't know if you can make it. No, you can't make it. He's in range of that Gamma. You do want to set up Beast. I mean, he does have a hammer, right? You want to set him up to do some good stuff. May as well just move the whole screen over this way. It's getting pretty compact over here. Really like to see Domino and Cable getting some love. I thought X-Men went up a tier when they had a 9-threat affiliation available to them in Domino, Beast, Storm. Like 9-threat affiliation, that's Wakanda, right? That's what they get. And 9-threat affiliation means that you can splash in heaps, or you've got a 5-threat, now 2 5-threats in affiliation, which means that you can start looking at splashing in some of the more utility-based out of affiliation characters instead of having to bring in the Corvus Proxima or the heavy hitters as your extra characters. I mean, and like honestly, X-Men Storm Leadership, that's tier 1. That's good. Teleport, so you got to reposition and cover. That's tier 1. That's good to go. Like Wakanda's still best, but that's up there. Really nice play. You do not want to be within that range. A little bit nervous for him in that he only has Domino covering that central objective, and Beast has a range 3 attack anyway. So I thought maybe that's a mistake. I probably would have put 2 characters on that point. Because he can double tap Domino. Pursuit into Strike. Domino's going to get railed on. She's not living through this. There's no world she lives through this. I'd be absolutely shocked. This would be catastrophic if Domino lived through this. She does have the power available to turn skulls into crits, though. Into crits? I think it's into crits, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, or do you play the super consistent? I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 victory points. Go to 11. And Nick will go to 6. I don't know. I think Morgan might need to get in the mud here. I think he might have to go for it. If you leave Domino, she can't go off. True. That's true, yeah. It's always nice. You're not going to open up next turn with then all you've got, Doom Prophecy, Domino, obliterating 3 of your characters. That's always nice. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't stop Domino going off because Doom Prophecy is 3 power. And correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the combo go Doom Prophecy, shoot, 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 all you've got, shoot, 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 shoot? Isn't that the combo? So you just need 3 power to start it, don't you? Domino is a little dicey in that she has to roll a hit. So there is a chance, there is a world where she doesn't actually get to do it all, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Domino is good to go at 3 power. No, yeah, Doom Prophecy 3 power is nice. We are throwing something into Domino here. If she gets another block, that's huge. Takes 0 from that. Dumpster's gone. Do you cut your losses if you're Morgan here? You've only got one attack to do 3 damage. Pretty good odds. She does have her... If Domino takes 1 more damage, or 2 more damage here, it accounts for her if she accidentally doesn't roll a hit on her rapid fires for her Doom Prophecy all you've got next turn. I don't know, Jank, because if that Angela goes up the back, she's out, right? She's out of it. I mean, she's worth 4 points, but if Morgan, if she goes to the back, okay, let's just theory craft next turn here. She goes to the back, Morgan gets the 4 points for her. Panther's giving her another 2, so he goes to 11. If this turn goes how we suspect it's going to go, in that he might have 3 characters just get obliterated from the start, if Nick can figure it out, or at least 2 characters are going to get obliterated. Realistically, he's then going to, like, let's say he leaves her there, because she's worth 4 victory points. That only brings him to 15. Which means that his last 2 characters have to get through the 5 X-Men to cap that last point. And the X-Men will be accelerating from that point because they'll be capping the middle objective, the home objective, and Panther's 2. If they can daze Panther, his 2... what's the name of it? Hammers. If I was Morgan, I would potentially be looking at capping this home objective and then letting my other characters die and running Panther away. Is probably what you're going to see happen. Which sucks, but you know, that's how it's going to go down. Morgan has to get to 16 on this next turn. He has to, because I don't see him getting a win past that. Panthers at full health. It's 11-6. You're going to lose your 3 characters, but that's I mean, they're worth 0 VPs at this point. Any single one of Nick's characters can take that home objective because they're healthy. And I believe Gamma only cares about healthy characters. Well, just contesting secures in general. I think Shield's the only one that doesn't really care about healthy or unhealthy. So, I mean, that's the play. So, 1 damage on Panther. I have seen Cable absolutely annihilate Panthers before because it's energy and Panthers only got 3 energy. It's a bit dicey, though. So, nope. Here we go. Doom Prophecy. Domino. Here we go. I would absolutely teleport her so that she is within range of... I would do Enchantress last, by the way. You'd have to do the Shuri and Okoye first, because they are the least tanky. I would teleport outside of 2 of Okoye. Teleport outside of 2 of Okoye. You have to blitz Shuri and Okoye first, because... then you can all you've got, and then you can use your second action of all you've got to plummet Enchantress's defense to 2, and hopefully spike and kill her. So if Nick... let's just say, what's Nick going to be? Morgan, if he runs Panther and caps the home objective, will get 6 and go to 17. What does Nick go to? He's got 1 hammer. Does he have 1 hammer? 1 hammer. It's a shame Nick didn't see this, right? Because let's say she Doom Prophecies. Man, you do a teleport off a storm. I don't know if that's going to be within 3 of Angela, but I mean, you sink those shots into Angela. Eesh. There's the hit, and oh yeah, no power to change those skulls, but it's still 1, 2, 3, 4 into a Koye. Roll the crit in 5. Did he bodyguard? It's either Shuri or Koye. It's one of them. We'll see in a second. No power being paid, so it's Koye. So Koye is currently 1 shot. Still 1 shot. Nick needs everything. All gammas plus hammers to win this round. He definitely needs to send 2... If he sends 2 characters up to Angela towards the end of the turn and just stops her getting those 3 points, it gives him an extra turn. So, yeah, let's see what he does, right? We're already looking potentially at a nuked Koye. Yep, she's dead. He gains a power. We're now going to Shuri. This is the first action, by the way, folks. There's a crit. You do not pay the power for that because you will not have enough to do all you've got. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3. Roll the crit in. It's pretty nuts as well because his Domino, I don't think you can roll that crit in. Let me double check that. Yeah. Attacking and defending, enemy characters do not roll additional dice for crits. So he can't roll that in. If he rolls that in, I would like to see a judge go screaming into there. But paying for that, I mean, you might not have to all you've got. If you leave all you've got, you also leave options available to yourself, like... this is a second action. No, it's a first action. He rolled a hit. Oh, yeah, rapid fire. Has to go on the same target. So it looks like he's paid for the power to add crits for skulls because he didn't get to do the second shot on a Koye, which means he wouldn't have the power to do all you've got anyway. So you may as well. He can't roll that crit in. Judges. Can we please get a judge go flying in there? Not that it mattered. It didn't mean anything, but he actually can't roll that crit in against Domino. So we see the second attack going into Shuri. Shuri getting blitzed again. Yeah. Judge. Yeah, it's his defense, right? And it's Nick's character. So it's on Nick to say to Morgan, hey, actually, sorry, FY, you can't roll crits in, but it rolled a hit anyway, it didn't matter. Yeah, she's dead. Huge. Big Domino activation. And she stays healthy, by the way, which is kind of cool. So, I would like to see probably Beast and Storm double move back onto Angela, to be honest. You just can't let Morgan cap that home objective. You just can't let it happen. And I would also move them, try and move them onto this side here, so that if he does strike them and teleport, try and stop him from getting that size 3 building. Yeah, Domino's ability to just straight up crits being stopped being rolled in is just like the permanent Loki injured side superpower and is nasty. Yeah, there should be 1 more power on Domino. I got in a lot of trouble last time I stepped in any of these games, so I am just going to sit back and enjoy the show. Does Morgan pass here? I think he does. I don't know. If you pass, you are going to let Cable get 2 tries at Panther. But if you run early, like you've already put yourself in position, so you're giving the opportunity for yeah, I think she did, Thepis. Yeah, you're right. You're giving them the opportunity to see where you run to, so that they can try and reel you back in. This game is tight. I think the blind obsession is probably a bit of an overkill, to be honest. I don't think he needs that. I would have liked to have seen something else there. Probably, to be honest, probably, I know it sucks, but bitter rivals in that position would be... Ugh. You get hit with a bitter rivals, Doom Prophecy, all you've got. Disgust. So, I mean, Cable can also body slide by 1 and send some nuclear bombs downrange at Angela. If Angela gets dazed off of something like that, because I'm pretty sure Cable, he can almost body slide onto that central objective and double tap Angela. If she gets dazed from that, that's game. I'd really like to see... Morgan should activate Enchantress, advance both of these characters in, and just beam his entire team and see what's left. I really hope that Nick sees the threat of what Angela is doing. Like, between Angela and Panther, he's lost the game currently, so I'm really interested to see how he's going to solve this puzzle. He's got a few options available to him. I mean, the easiest option is to send 2 characters up to Angela and then put 2 characters on your home objective so she can't cap it and hope that she doesn't daze them. Currently, his Beast can also be his final activation, and Beast can double move and throw Angela because she is size 2, I believe. She is size 2, so he can just stop her from capping that straight up with Beast. So that'd be cool to see that. Really high level play there. Double move, cap your home objective, throw Angela off. That'd be nice to see. Alright, what are we doing? We are moving up and stealing the hammer. And beaming, I guess. I think she takes that hammer. That's what I'm assuming. Oh, no, climbing gear. Oh, baby. Beast first. 2 dice. He hates these energy attacks. He does get rerolls, though. I would absolutely spend 2 power on a reroll here, because you're going to get it back and you don't want to let it sap it. Go on, spend it. Spend it. Spend the power. Nice. There's nothing better than spending power that you know is probably going to be irrelevant, but you know it's going to get sapped, so you're just spending it out of spite. There, he gets a block. Nice. Yeah, that's good. So he's taking 3, and he loses his power to sap. So I would expect Enchantress to probably daze Beast in this activation. That would be catastrophic for Nick. Well, not catastrophic, but it's not going to be helpful for him. Got Cable coming in clutch. Probably going to buff up his dice. Yeah, good block so far. This is Storm, I believe. Is she within 2? I want to say yes. If she takes a damage, no. Yeah, she's not. So Storm's attack increase is now online, and her range 3 size 2 throw as well. And I believe it throws characters. So, yep. So he now has 2 options available to remove Angela from that point with a final activation. Just depends what Morgan can get through here. We might be seeing a all you've got from Enchantress. If she can put these 3 in the ground, I would say Morgan wins this turn. Two verse 1. I think this Enchantress has to get Beast and Storm. Another failed book on the roll. That must be frustrating because he's failed a lot of those so far. Nick's actually got a fair bit of control, to be honest. I mean, he's got the gamble right. He has a push on Cyclops. He has a guaranteed throw on Beast. He has a guaranteed... Well, not guaranteed anymore. He's got a throw on Storm. I agree that he has to do an all you've got. 1, 2, 3 power. It's a little bit dicey from Morgan here, to be honest. It's probably fine. He's going to get a wild, but if he does not get a wild on this beam, he does not have the power to all you've got. If he goes 3 attacks, no wilds. Oh. There's the wild, so it's fine. Who's this into? No idea. It's 4. Could be Storm. Either way, it's 4 blocks. 2 wilds, though. So you could actually... Yeah, brutal. Tap Storm out of power. That's actually massive for Morgan there. No damage and stealing all her power. That's probably ideal. Not, I mean, dazing her is more ideal, but... Cyclops now. No damage. I would not even bother chasing that. Yep, no damage. Gains power. And... Beast. Now, he should be buffing this up with Cable. Come on, Nick. We know you've played a lot of X-Men. You should be seeing these things. I would absolutely be buffing this up with Cable. 4 defense dice with full rerolls. Come on. He didn't do it. Oh, Nick, you're killing me, bro. Yeah, he didn't need to throw away Beast there. This rerolls to a hit. Beast is dead. Okay, he has a chance of living here. He needs natties. Ooh. I mean, yeah, Cable holding power for all you've got is correct. I mean, he can do it. I just don't think he's the right target for it. When he has guaranteed displacement on these 2 characters, I think it was worth investing in saving those 2. And just because Cable can body slide by 1 and tap either Panther or Enchantress here. Sorry, or or Angela here. So he pumps power into Beast, keeps him alive. You body slide by 1. You double tap Angela, get her weak, send the brothers up the back, daze her. I mean, don't get me wrong, and all you've got from Cable, 4 attacks into Angela, probably should daze her. I don't know the math on it, but my gut instinct says it's probably going to daze her, so there is that. He can't. He has to body slide and then do a damage from 2 attacks. I don't think it would be that interesting, Farmer. The odds... I don't think 3 dice with a reroll from Wakanda versus 7 from Cable. I don't think that would work out in his favor here. Plus he has to, like, the movement required for him to get there would cost power. I would ignore Enchantress at this point. She's done her. She's done. She's finished. She's activated. Yeah, you got to get the hammer off her. Yes, but again, any single healthy character standing next to her owns that point, and that's worth 3. So. Enchantress has done her dash here. I think you need to concentrate on Angela. Angela's worth 4. Panther can't make... Maybe Panther with a pounce could probably make the final objective at the back there. This is the crazy part, right? Like, Enchantress didn't even have to... all you've got for that. I don't mind the Cable, and I don't mind the Cyclops. They've actually done some good stuff this round, Sploosh. You missed it at the start, man, but Cable and Cyclops were some pretty... They made some pretty early big plays. Nick just needs to get another turn. I mean, ideally he can win this round, but realistically, I don't see him winning this round. Morgan can win this round, absolutely. But, yeah. I want to see what Nick does here, because I feel like this is his game to lose at this point. I don't know what you guys, what your gut feeling says right now, but I feel like this is Nick's game to lose. Oh, they didn't let him down, Sploosh. They pretty well. Cable straight up one-shot Enchantress. Like, just unsta. But normally, yes, you are right. 5 dice, no mods, normally lets you down, especially into Wakanda. Man. Not entirely, Sploosh. Cyclops has a range 4 push, which is still could be relevant. And that's it. 5 dice for a wild. I mean, it's not that bad at odds, to be honest. Man, do not take the bait on Panther. I think a lot of people with Angela, how you can't re-roll against her, psych themselves out. But to be honest, like 80% of the characters in this game can't re-roll anyway. So it's like literally a blank superpower against 80% of the characters in the game. Hey, that's not bad odds, Sploosh. Like that's all right. What are the odds of Cable, all you've got in, and just double tapping Panther here? What is the odds of Cable being able to put Panther in the ground? I have no idea because Panther has blanks as success. If Panther goes down here, there's the next turn because Angela can't. Oh no, Panther. There's the power for all you've got. Yeah, they are sploosh, but they're also extremely boring characters. Take it from a guy who's played them for a whole season. 2 going through on Panther, that is not good to see for Morgan. That is not good at all because that's all you've got is online. I've actually found that, this is my experience as a Wakanda player, Panther actually takes a surprising amount of damage from energy attacks. And now he's only got 2 energy defense, so... Wow. Absolute blazing suns. Oh, Panther. That's no good. Panther takes... Oh, he's going to live. Takes another 2. Big reroll from old Panther there. Forcing the all you've got. I would still all you've got here. Yeah, just do it. 100% all you've got. You got to put that... If that Panther is allowed to run, that game's over for Nick. Yep, here's all you've got. I fancy his chances of doing 1 damage here. And he might even do a free attack into Enchantress. The catastrophic turn for Morgan here would be Panther dying on this attack, which currently there is a chance of that happening. And he then pays 2 power and 1-shots Enchantress again. Nah, Panther is... So far, he's flying. Oh no. He's getting teased. Big reroll. Safe. Clutch. Butt cheeks officially clenched for Morgan here. I mean, I feel like Cable should be able to kill Panther with all you've got. Oh no. Panther's getting away. Yep, Panther's gone. Unlucky. Unlucky. That Panther is gone. You're going to see him run to this corner of the table. That is game, I suspect. Throw the car into Enchantress, because why not? Three damage into Enchantress. I think Nick's only option at this point is he has to move both Cyclops and Storm next to Angela. Who would I do first? I'd do Storm first. She has more health. Huge. I think that's game, to be honest, guys. That is butt cheeks unclenched from Morgan, I think, at this point. If that was Modok, he would have got pushed and he'd be like over here somewhere by now, because there would have been more control getting thrown at him. In fact, if that was Modok, he wouldn't even be there. He'd be back here somewhere. Panther done. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Sploosh, but like competitively, if that's Modok, all those Shuri pushes would have just been smashing her. The Panther and Shuri pushes would have just been blitzing him to this final point. And then Angela, I don't think, I mean, she probably still goes to the final point, but if you got a Modok sitting next to you there, you would consider not doing it. So, like, Modok just, he has such a presence on the game that he could change how this game plays entirely. Cable actually kind of suited Nick's playstyle pretty well. Like, he got a lot out of that. I think he got really, really, really unlucky to not kill Panther there, to be honest. The big mistake I saw was he had the opportunity to buff Beast twice. You buff Beast twice, let's say Beast lives. Beast is then able to double move, throw Angela, final activation, extra turn, off you go. We are attacking here into Enchantress. Double block. It's 5 dice, so it could be... I have no idea who's actually doing this right now. Cyclops, no. Oh, man. I think Nick has really mucked up this last turn, to be honest. Cyclops was his 50-50 chance of a final activation push on Angela. Like, Storm can just move, and take that off Enchantress. I think she's dead. He takes the hammer. He is not within range of that gamma, which is another mistake. Oh man, I'm really, really, really not happy with Nick's last turn. I think they have done the place one, and the place one has not worked. Usually players have like a gentleman's agreement on it. Especially if you say, I'm doing the place one. They really need to fix that. The place one not working, oh my god. The amount of times I've put a place one and you come back a turn or two later and you go, and I'm not apparently within range of that objective. The assumption that Beast would be up is a false. Yeah. Well, see, like 4 dice means that he had the power. He had 3 power, so he gets 7 defense dice technically. Well, not technically, but he gets 7 goes at getting blocks. So there's a very good odds that he wouldn't have taken the initial 3 hits from Enchantress, which potentially could have forced a all you've got from Enchantress. Which means then he wouldn't have had to waste that action into her just then. Like, it just, yeah. Ooh, boy. Storm activates. I don't think she has any way, shape, or form of a reposition. No, nothing. Nothing. See, Enchantress had activated there. There was literally no reason to go for her. No. Morgan will score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Panther has 2 hammers. I mean, he potentially can get 3. Like, he can just walk in, but he just walk in and contest it, which is nice. Does give him an extra turn. I don't like seeing Storm sitting next to... I mean, you just go around him, right? Yeah, good. You can't go over Angela. I don't really like seeing Storm sitting next to Angela like that. But we do have one more turn, I think. 1, 2, 3, 14 to 7. Yep. This is gonna be interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is 9 available to Fast Nick right at this point. Panther will start this turn dazed and drop both. So you are just going to send a character out there to grab those. Jeez, who's it going to be? Send him... What do you... I mean, Nick chooses it, right? Wouldn't you just send him straight as close as possible? You can cap those. If he capped those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 available to him. I mean, that's not enough. So I mean, they're not enough to get him into the next round. Storm healthy, Cable is injured, Cyclops injured, Beast injured, Domino healthy. Morgan has got Panther. I mean, the cleanup is when the gamma damage happens, right? Yeah, so Panther starts his turn injured. That's actually not bad for Fast Nick here, because again he can do the body slide by 1 double tap into Panther, and there's no blanks of success now, so there's an opportunity for him. Man, Nick, I mean, that's good for Nick, right? Like, I did not like his last turn. I really didn't like it. It was untidy, but it's come good. We've got a blind obsession coming out. Who is he obsessing? Panther. That says to me that he is going to be sending 2 characters out there, because he now no longer has the power to do body slide. So I don't think you send Beast out there. Panther was on 1 health, so Gamma will daze him. But I mean, Nick got what he wanted. He got the extra turn. He just needs to solve the puzzle. You got an Angela at the back, though, that is just going to absolutely pump that Storm. Shoulder is still so sore. Yeah, X-Men jump. Yeah, 100%. Cable could jump and kill Angela. I mean, he can jump in either direction. The fact that he just blindly did blind obsession on Panther would indicate that he's going for Panther. Yeah, the damage from the Gamma happened, Trav. Yeah, if Cyclops was within 1 there, that's huge. Because Nick would be on 10, and his win condition would be to daze Angela and hold the points. That's it. You can just ignore Panther out there. Do not activate Cable first. You have to send another character out there from the jump off. That's points denial at that point. But I mean, Morgan is so far in front in victory points that if Angela survives and holds that last objective, then he'll probably still win. The other option that Nick has, to be honest, is he can keep Domino protected at this point, and she just moves. I'm pretty sure she'll be there and there. So a move from Domino on the final activation, at a minimum, denies Morgan 3 victory points. And if Cable kills Panther on this turn, which there is a chance for that, then Morgan only goes to 15, and he gets another turn. Ooh. So Domino rolls 0 physical defense. I would not be sending her near Angela. You're just giving her a free attack. I don't like this. She is very good into Angela because her skulls. If you get some good skull rolls here, that's a good start. 1 block. Yeah, or Beast can move throw. Yeah, 100%. Maybe even get that final point of damage into her. Okay. So 2 going through currently. 1 going through currently. I think Domino on paper is actually his highest damage dealer into Angela. I just don't think this needed to happen immediately. I think you'd be better off putting chip damage into her. Yeah, 1. No, you're just not going to do any damage. It's 1 damage. Ooh. Well, actually slip the damage through, to be honest, which that actually could be relevant. So, you'd be kind of annoyed if you didn't block this if you were Morgan. Nice. Is there any other shenanigans on that? Nope. I thought that could have waited. I thought that's probably a bit rushed. Sorry, I was trying to get the right camera angle so you can see everything. I thought it was a little bit rushed. Yep. I think so, Jester. I mean, I'm really annoyed about that domino activation because it didn't even finish within one of the shelter. Yeah, 100% tries. I'm uncomfortable with Nick's last 2 turns. They are working out in his favor, but he could be doing better. Like, he could be scoring more points, doing more damage. This would be Angela into Storm. 2 blocks on Storm, you'd be happy with that. Does he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going to 2? So she's alive. She's still alive. Nope, 6 into 2. Yep, she's alive on 1. Jeez, you'd be happy about that. Yeah, I'm just nervous, Toucan, that the more resources he's pulling away from his gammas without holding them, the harder it's going to be for him to win, right? Because he's just continually putting himself in positions where he's down VPs when he could be up VPs. You know, I don't know what the move on. I don't know if Cyclops could have finished closer last game on that gamma, but if he did, he'd be on 10. And then if Domino stayed within 2 of that shelter, that's 12, and he's continually stepping closer to where he needs to be. That's a dazed Storm from that building throw. Untidy on how Morgan's had to do that because he does not get the Cosmic Assassin from that. When he could have... I mean, Domino's actually not doing anything there. So there's that. Morgan still has 1 more action. Looks like he's running away. I mean, that's a lot of confidence in Panther's ability to survive. Without the blanks counting as success, does anyone have the dice math thing up? What is the odds of Cable doing 6 to Panther? He might make that. Just want to throw. Yeah. Standard Angela, move, teleport. Attack, teleport, throw, kill something. He cannot waste that X-Men teleport. He needs that for Cyclops. Cable, sorry. Cyclops needs to assist Cable, and Beast needs to go and throw Angela. That's what needs to happen. That is the 100% chance of potentially giving yourself a next turn. Oh man, that Domino in the middle, that's untidy. That frustrates me. I want to see that right there. It's two VPs that are just gone. Because Domino stays there, Beast comes up and throws. That's 3, right? He goes to 10. Gives him just a little bit more breathing room. Yep, throw is successful. Yeah, it's a lot going up to Cable right now, to be honest. Yeah, you want to throw her into that dumpster. Size 2, size 2. Shouldn't destroy. I always forget, always get it mixed up. Don't think it destroys. He has the X-Man teleport still available to him, Jester. See, if Cyclops had got that 3, Domino goes to the middle, gets 2. He'd be on 13. He could have 5 more VPs on him right now. Man, this is a big attack roll coming up. Here is the teleport from Cable. Storm's leadership showing off. Okay, so he needs this first attack roll to be decent. And he needs to get the Incinerate on it. If I'm Morgan, I am absolutely Vibranium. I'm doing Vibranium here, and I'm going to try and go to 5 defense, and... One, 2, 3, 4, 6 defense on Morgan. It's not physical. So, what's the 6 from? Why did Morgan roll 6? Wow, 5 damage through on the first attack. No Incinerate though. Oh, huge. He probably will get the hammers, yeah. I think so. That's a KO on Panther. Sorry, I'm just... Why is Morgan rolling 6? It's energy, right? Energy. 3 defense. Vibraniums plus 2. Blind Obsession does not add defense dice. It's too late now. No, Blind Obsession doesn't add defense dice. It just adds dice to... Nick adds 2 dice to his... Every time he attacks the obsessed character, he gains 2 dice. Every time the obsessed character attacks him, he gains 2 defense dice. And whenever a non-obsessed character attacks Cable, he loses 2 defense dice. So Morgan doesn't get any extra dice. It's okay, like it's fine. Should have been 5-5. He's dazed him with 6-6, so I would not force a reroll there because he's Yeah, I mean, if he's dazed him through 6-6, I would be upset if I was forced to reroll it. Oof, man. How big an activation do you think Angela can have next round? So Nick will be going to 11, Morgan to 15. It honestly doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, he got through it. Blind Obsession is a really good card, Sploosh. It is a really good card. Wreath is the one that put me onto it, and it is like, it's not tier 1. Like, it's not like a restricted level, like broken card that should be restricted, like Bitter Rivals, but it is really niche. Yeah, this is going to hurt. Angela needs to kill all 3 of these characters in this activation. Domino, she can kill at will because she rolls no defense dice. You had to body slide into range to pick up the hammer. Sure, okay, no worries. Shame, because if he could get those hammers without body sliding, he'd be able to body slide back and be potentially some help for... So, gamma damage. Angela goes to 3 out of 6. If Angela can daze the 3 of these characters, Domino has done Doom's Prophecy, so she doesn't get to roll physical defense dice for the rest of the game. So, Domino is going to die. That is a given. The real question is, can he kill Storm and Beast? One problem he's going to have for Morgan is that Storm and Beast are both injured, so he won't get his teleport off it. And that's annoying for him. So each character he kills with the strike, he will not get a teleport. Beast has to die. I agree. Yeah, Beast has to go. I'm just stating that if yeah, man. Oh boy. Okay, 3 damage into one of them. Don't know which one. Storm. So she's closer to dying now. You would now hit her with an attack, and then you get a free advance, and you can go into Beast. That is a big attack. She's dead. Oh boy, she's dead. Beast is powered up, man. He's got 4 physical with rerolls. So Morgan now gets to do a small advance. He does not get to do a teleport because she is removed. Where is she? After the attack is resolved, place his character within 2 of the target. Angelic Assassin. It's reactive. If you daze or KO an enemy character, you can use his superpower, immediately advance S, and then do a sword. So you get 0 teleports. He just gets to do the advance. Man, Morgan needs to get all 3 of these in single attacks. This will be... No one can ever complain about dice if you wipe 3 characters in three attacks. That's crazy. But Angela can do it. 7 dice strike. She needs to smash. Absolutely smash Beast in this strike. The range 3 on her Heaven's Wrath means that it's still physical, so it means she can still take advantage of the no defense dice on Domino. Doesn't have to use the energy attack, which is huge. He has to one-shot all 3 Toucan, yeah. Man, I got my vaccine the other day. It just feels like somebody's just like punched me in the arm repeatedly in the same spot. Right, here we go. 4 physical from Beast. Beast has come in with 2 skulls, but it's not a very big attack from Morgan so far. So Beast is going to live. Only 4. So Beast is alive. Yep, Beast will live. 1 block. Takes 3. So there is a chance. Going into Beast again. You have to get rid of Beast because he has a throw. Oh, Beast. Beast. Oh. Beast blocks all 4. I mean, that's why a lot of people do bring Beast. Beast actually has featured in a few... He's actually a 3-pointer that you can splash into your other affiliations. He is 4 physical defense. He gets rerolls. He's self-generating in his own tankiness. He's a medium base, medium mover. Sorry, Jax. Streamlabs doesn't like it if you pump out heaps and heaps and heaps of caps. Beast throws Angela. Again, Morgan is going to 16. Angela has to die. Got a few people cheering for Nick in here. Oh, Beast. That's a big swing. That's a big swing. If you get one more hit here. Oof. Oh. 2 slip through. In the chance that Angela survives, Nick actually loses here, I think. To be honest. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I mean, Cyclops can activate and move to the Gamma Shelter. I think Nick wins regardless. But... yeah. Or big Angela block, 2 blocks. Let's see what Beast can get with 5. Oh, Beast coming in red hot. Why is Beast rolling 6? Because he's doing his big attack. That's why. That's the other thing, right? Beast generates heaps of power from the skulls. That is game, I want to say. Let's just see how many victory points he can get, because he still gets the rest of his actions. So he should cap that and cap that. So he will go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He'll go to 21. So 21 to 15. Wow, that's absolutely crazy. That's nuts. I honestly thought that Morgan had this in the bag. I thought from some of the moves that Nick was doing that he had chucked it away, and he is yeah, he's clawed it back. That's crazy. Blind Obsession coming in. Yeah. No Okoye as well. Love to see it. Yeah, that's huge. 5 X-Men as well. Not a single unaffiliated Splash character. That's the list. Doom Prophecy. Love seeing that come back. Very unlucky for Morgs there. I thought he had played that really well. He played it like Morgan, right? Really, really clutch. Nick was making some little errors and taking gambles and all the gambles paid off. The grenade paid off. The cable coming into White Panther at the end there. It's always a gamble with no modification on your attacks, putting everything into it. Yeah, Nick, every gamble he took paid off there. Even he was unfortunate that his initial gamble on Cable and Panther did not pay off with all you've got. Let's give the boys a couple minutes to debrief. The grenade was legendary, but did not need to happen when Beast had... I mean, the grenade got 3 characters, right? That's... You never... There's not... I don't think you'll ever get a better grenade than that. But, I mean, a Beast throw could have saved him the trouble. Let's have a look at Discord, see if the boys are there still. Need to ask Nick. Oops. I do not see them in Discord anymore. Hey, Strike Brother's still kicking butt, right? Not me. I had another season of just a series of unfortunate events for my season. I need this gamble to pay off, and I don't think any of my gambles paid off this season in 6 games. Albeit my last 2 games, I didn't really take super seriously because I wasn't in the contention for the cut. So there was a game where I could have chose 14 threat and auto 1, and I chose 19 just so we can have some fun. Just going to pop over to talk to Nick. I was like, no, game table 5. Morg's taking a break. That's fair enough. You know, it's always bittersweet. It's always, you never ever want to be stuck. Like, you never want to do an interview after you've lost a game like this. Never. Hey, Nick, how you going, brother?
Good. How are you?
Hey, man. Good game. You have pipped Morgan for the finish, man. Unbelievable. Well done.
Thank you. Give me 1 sec. Sorry, I've had a cold this week, so got a bit of a cough going on.
Bit of COVID. There's nothing wrong with that. It's all right.
Yeah, a bit of COVID, you know. I just take it in my stride.
That's it.
Very lucky in parts there.
Yep.
But
it'd be worth a rewatch this game, just when I put it up on YouTube for you. Just, you took a lot of gambles, and all of them bar one paid off, and you actually had safe options to do almost the same thing on nearly every single one of them.
Yeah, I'd like to watch it back because it's hard when you're in the red mist, right? You're like, you're thinking you can't stay calm and look at different plays.
Yep.
So it will be interesting to watch back. I've never recorded my games before, so and I'm sure in other games I've made silly mistakes that I could have had similar options. Give me an example. What was one of them?
Okay. First example, your domino grenade, while legendary, and chat was exploding about that, could have simply been solved by a double move from Beast and a throw.
Yeah, I did think about the double move and the throw, but the grenade was cooler.
It is cooler, I agree. But this is a win and in game. You don't want to do the cool option. You want to do the consistent option. But it paid off. You do. But the way my attitude for this game was that Morgan's such a good player that I didn't feel I had any pressure on me because I'd kind of almost achieved my goal of making the cut, and Morgan's so much of a better player than me that I'm like, well, I can kind of do what I want and play with a bit of freedom because my default setting is I've lost. So I might as well go splashy and get it done. Yeah, for sure. That's it. And points for style points, right?
That's right.
The other question we had, you've gone 5 X-Men, which typically, I'm going to be honest with you, I've never seen it. I don't think chat's ever seen it. And we know in your roster you had other options. Did you just go 5 X-Men because you just love X-Men, or?
Pretty much. So the other one I was thinking about, let's see, I can't even remember what's in my roster. The other one I was thinking about is Lockjaw instead of Domino. I didn't expect Morgan to go Wakanda at high points. I expected him to go Brotherhood. So that's why I didn't take Scarlet Witch.
Fair enough.
Because she's not great into Brotherhood. And the other option was Lockjaw instead of Domino. Definitely not instead of Beast, because Beast allows you to grab the hammer and get back to the middle gamma.
Yep.
The back gamma. So the other option was Lockjaw. And Lockjaw outside of turn 1 shenanigans for X-Men and a cheeky face me doesn't do much more. In my games with my X-Men. And so I thought, if I'm going to be chasing the game, Domino's better at getting a spike and getting the dazes or the KOs. So and it turned out to be in my favour, right?
Yeah,
with that choice.
Domino's almost trivial for her to play Doom Prophecy, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's pretty easy.
And the thing for her as well is she's a lot tankier than you expect because you can't add your crits in against her. So even if, an Angela, even if a big hitter's attacking her, their spikes are limited.
Yeah,
so
she's like, however many dice they roll, that's what it is. One more question. Was it ever really in contention for which leadership you took? I mean, Storm's one I personally think is superior and it's not even close, but did you even think about taking Cyclops' leadership?
Not in this matchup.
Yeah.
Once Jean Grey's out, I think it definitely, this matchup is almost always Scott's leadership.
Really? Cool.
Yeah, I think so. But currently, I think because I had priority, right? And Storm's leadership allows you to grab that hammer and get back here.
Yeah.
With Beast.
Absolutely.
So I think with priority, that you're almost always going Storm's leadership. But I think in a similar matchup, with Jean Grey instead of Cable, I think it becomes a real choice at that point.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think Storm's leadership's a little overrated is because you see on these, eventually everyone's within 2, so you're not getting the cover. And then as soon as you have multiple extracts, it really limits your placing ability. Yeah. So, I'm not saying Storm's leadership is bad. I'm just saying it's not clearly the best option all the time, particularly now that we have Jean Grey with an incredible spender.
Yeah, for sure.
But it did allow me to place here.
Yeah, exactly, which enabled you to get a few of those extra shots off. We have just one question coming in from chat. We got Sploosh is asking about your choice of Blind Obsession on Gamma. Because Blind Obsession is typically good for a flanker, whereas Gamma, like you said, everyone ends up clumped. So there's a chance that if you had done it earlier, that character just gets, smashed. It ended up working out for you because you saved it till the end. But did you have any other tactics cards you were personally thinking of there, or you just thought Blind Obsession from the start you were going to slot in?
So the reason I took Doom Prophecy and Blind Obsession is because currently X-Men don't have the ability to really punch that well. They're not great with attrition.
Yep.
So I didn't take Scarlet Witch, so I can't take No More Mutants. Didn't take Wolverine, so I can't take Exceptional Healing. And I didn't have the power for a turn 1 face me play. So it's really the only option. But what it allows you to do is when it's late in the game and you're relatively safe, especially on Cable with his 10-inch range.
Yeah.
You can just, and it ended up winning me the game going this way. But as soon as I played it, I thought, should I have gone against Angela? And because Cable was much closer to her. But having said that plus the dice variance ended up winning me the game.
Yeah, for sure. Hey Morgs, how you going, brother? Still, sorry, he's gone to the bathroom. I think he's AFK. He's coming. Oh no, he's back.
Back.
Feeling relieved. It's good to see you back. Unlucky, brother. I actually thought that turn 1 favoured you, turn 2 favoured Nick, and then turn 3 heavily was favouring you, and it just all these big gambles from Nick just kind of unraveled you? Like, did you expect to see any of these like nuts plays, like the grenade or anything like that, coming out your way?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at Nick's cards in his roster and his characters, he's going for those big attrition plays and those big swing turns. So knowing it's coming is one thing, but there's nothing you can do. You just roll dice and see what happens.
Yeah.
Look, I think he played really well. I think we both played really well.
Mm-hmm.
I think Nick probably had a couple of misplays in there.
Yep.
But I think his swing plays, kept him in and then won it. So
Absolutely.
a bit frustrating on my end, and I just ducked out to just compose myself because I was a bit salty at the end of there. So I apologise to Nick, but I'm back. So look, he played well. Some big swing plays. There were. I don't know, they were 50-50s in the middle of the game, but kind of it felt like they were 50-50s.
They were.
I know towards the end there, he was about 55% to Days Panther, and I was about 55% to KO Beast. Sorry, KO Panther and KO Beast. So, that and the grenade play and the cable one-shotting Enchantress, just things like that. I think you can get away with, if you're on the receiving end, you can cop one or two of those maybe a game. Multiple of them, as we see, you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't. It's very, very difficult to fight back from that, and it sort of takes options out of your hands as a player.
Yeah.
At least from my perspective.
Yeah, 100%. Starts that snowball effect. You brought up the next question I was going to ask you about, but it was kind of a general question for both of you. I know that your cable turn 1 just accelerated up the middle of the board, and it ended up making Morgan have to use Wakanda Forever early, or not early, but first turn. But you also had the option available to you, Nick, to just body slide by 1 and double tap Enchantress on that first turn. Did you consider it at all?
I did, but the reason I didn't is because she had cover from where I was. And also, Cable hasn't really, apart from this game, hasn't performed that well for me. So I'd rather stand here against the terrain than go dicey, be in no man's land.
Fair.
And try and even power up Enchantress. Whereas going here, I mean, I knew that Panther had to double move. He wasn't in range to attack me. So if he's going to attack me, it's Wakanda Forever, and great, that's out on turn 1. I'm happy with that. Yep. It was the more consistent play than trying to get a spike on Enchantress from 2 attacks, which in past games with Cable I've found is not great.
Yeah, he's a bit dicey, isn't he? He's not definitely not one of the better 5-pointers around. Any closing thoughts from I'll start from you, Morgs, if you want.
I mean, I think X-Men are really strong with their movement. I sort of caught the back end of Nick talking about the leadership. The cover I'm less enamoured with, but I think the mobility shenanigans are exceptional. I was a bit disappointed I didn't to lose priority. Normally you're happy to lose priority with Wakanda.
Yeah.
But him taking extracts and giving those hammers, I spoke a bit before about how I think there's a bit of variance there. But you give these guys some hammers, and that increases their ability to spike. He's got these long-range big hitters with hammers, whereas mine kind of aren't. They're more of that sort of pushy, pokey objective players, minus sort of Angela, I suppose. So him winning priority was big there, being able to get the extract that suits his game plan. And then for the secures, my options actually weren't that great. I discarded Mutant Madman. I think that one's in my roster. Look, that's one I was probably going for. Gamma, whilst is traditionally good for Wakanda, I don't want to get in a brawl with X-Men like I just did, because that can happen. But the alternate was Terrigen Miss, and I really didn't want to play at 20 because he can go 6 wide with X-Men and I'd be stuck at 5 wide Brotherhood.
Yep.
And I think then he probably has a bit more control than me and probably a bit tougher. So, I think winning priority would have been helpful to get maybe a spider infected and have a bunch of extracts on the table to stop his movement shenanigans.
Yeah, try and slow it down a bit.
Yeah, but that aside, I think X-Men. I love Storm's mobility trickery. I think they're very strong. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I've not really played them, Jay. You've played them a bit, but I think they weren't more playing, and I think they're quite good at everything, and having more characters is going to be great, and having additional characters that can leverage Storm's leadership is going to be really strong.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, I mean, I think really well done for Nick. A really sort of innovative roster. I think you've got some gaps in your roster, Nick, but I think you've played it exceptionally well, and that's probably made up for the gaps in your building. Is your player skill on executing? So well done.
Thank
And
you.
I think you've got a really good squad to take into the top cut actually, because Wakanda and Black Order at the moment are dominating the top cut representations, and I think X-Men has good game into both of them. Less so Wakanda, but I think probably a better game into Black Order than most. So
Absolutely.
I wish you all the best, and well done on an excellent season. I think last season was your first, wasn't it? And this is your second.
Yeah, last was my first season.
Nice. That's a big jump up from last season then. So well done, Nick.
Oh, thank you.
I do agree with you there, Morgs, that I've always found that X-Men run out of gas, and that's why. And I just didn't enjoy playing Corvus Proxima, so I went away from them. But I never really thought about going to Doom Prophecy to try and give them a bit of an accelerator pedal in the middle of the game. So I really like the look at Nick's roster, and I'm keen to try it out. Just have a little comment from Travis. He's this is for you, Morgs. He said, tell Morgs if he needs a plasterer, I can come down and help him to fix those holes in the wall after this game.
No, it's very kind, Travis. I'm not that upset. Look, it was. I knew it was going to be a good game. Look, I've been lucky the last 4 seasons to make the cut each time. It's a bit boring me doing it, so I'm really pleased for Nick. Although I'm disappointed at the result, I'm really pleased for Nick to represent Oceanic Bracket, and I wish him the best. And I'm kind of relieved because, as I said before, that the top cut isn't looking like a very enjoyable series of game of Black Order or Wakanda, which I would have been part of the problem because I would have played some Wakanda.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, enjoy that. I'll enjoy not playing competitive MCP and just doing, looking at the new stuff.
Exactly, with all these rapid releases coming out. Nick, any closing thoughts moving into the top cut?
Yeah, I think definitely Morgan's right that me winning priority was the first of the dice going my way, because it's very clear, and this is what I worked out from the last game against Josh. It's very clear I don't have great answers for when I don't have priority. I need to be playing players of less skill in that situation to get through, and that's not the consistency you want. So I agree. Winning priority, letting me choose the extract, and letting me potentially get the extract advantage because I'm moving first and can do those shenanigans with Beast. Morgs is 100% correct, and I agree. I think that part of the thing with X-Men that I think's got me through is that they're very underrated across MCP.
Yep.
People almost automatically dismiss them, and so when you put them on the table, a lot of people haven't played against them much, if at all, and so that's kind of a bit of an advantage because I've played them. I started MCP when they came out because I love X-Men, and I've pretty much played them consistently since then, and they're just getting stronger. With like Cable and Domino was a huge addition for them, and then with Jean Grey to come out, that's going to be another big addition for them. But I agree, there's definitely some holes in my roster which I'm much more acutely aware of than I was before. And just on your comment on running out of gas, Doom Prophecy, if you look at all the X-Men characters, right, you've got Storm, Beast, Domino, Wolverine, all with huge physical defenses and good physical builders once you add their dice to them. So it's almost a no-brainer because often with Doom Prophecy, you think I'm going to take the Widow Bomb or Mystique or whatever, and that's the character I'm going to Doom Prophecy. But with X-Men, the whole point of my roster was almost to be an all-comers roster and be able to have options against most affiliations. And so there's 4 out of 6 X-Men that get really good value out of Doom Prophecy. So at any point in the game, when you need a swing turn, you can chuck that out and get them running.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, you got the Storm Beam, the Beast. Well, Beast has 2 options there. Domino's automatic pistols, Wolverine, both physical. So you got multiple choices there, and it's not very difficult for you to play either at 3 power. So it's pretty cool to see that happen.
Yeah, but yeah, well played, Morgs. That was certainly a game. Certainly a big heavyweight bout. I feel like I'm Rocky at the end of Rocky 1. Just my face is a mess.
Yeah.
No, I think you're Rocky 2 here, mate. I think you've Rocky 1 was like a punch to a standstill. I think you're Rocky 2 where you won.
Yeah, yeah, true. Nice Rocky knowledge.
Yeah.
I approve.
That's good to go. And obviously now you can utilize the Oceanic Think Tank. You've got until Sunday night, I think, to submit a roster for the top cut. So obviously utilize that and see if there's any holes, if any, you need to patch up. And yeah, good luck, boys.
Well, hopefully he gets extended to Monday because I think it's a bit unfair for Nick to have to submit a roster 24 hours prior to the rest of the world.
I
So
agree.
that's
Yeah.
probably worth asking Abby or Norbert about.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll do a universal submission, I think.
Yeah,
would be
at
one.
a specific time worldwide.
Yep.
We've got two last little things. Both are aimed at Morgan. We've got Travis
They just
again.
They
Yeah,
just
mate.
rub a wound or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. No, actually, no. You'll like these ones. Travis says we'll tell him to send a plasterer to my place because I have some holes to fix after watching that. And then Tiberius says which characters, especially unusual ones, is Morgan liking in a wide Captain Wilson list?
Ooh, too soon to
I know,
I haven't played
yeah, I
that.
think
at
so
all.
as well.
I haven't even looked at it. What I do want to do is play some Lizard though. So
Yeah,
we'll see
no,
how
right. He's suggested Punisher, Winter Soldier, Bob, but I don't think I would ever see you play. Maybe Punisher, but I don't think I'd see you play Winter and maybe Bob. I don't know, but we'll see. All right, boys. Well, I'll let you get back to your Saturday.
Thank you.
Have a good
Thanks for
weekend
streaming,
in
Jay.
lockdown. No problem, man.
Well done, Nick, and good luck, mate.
Thank you, sir. Well played.
Catch you later, boys.
See ya.
Right, guys, that wraps this one up. Got some more Top Cut streams coming up. And yeah, enjoy your weekend. If you're in lockdown, stay home, stay safe. If you're overseas and not in lockdown, go out and party for all the Australians that are currently stuck at home. See you later, guys, and take care. Peace out.